Hey, it's Iris helping you to find your passion and make it your work. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back and watching another one of my videos. And if you're new here, hello, so nice to meet you. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that I really struggle with myself. And I know that some of you and people I work with really struggle with as well. And this is the fear of showing up, the fear of putting yourself out there. It's that fear of putting your work out in the world, of sharing your thoughts, or sharing your voice and sharing a bit of yourself with the world, whether that's on social media or through video like this or written word like a blog. And I'm hoping that this video today will help you to talk about yourself, talk about the work that you do, maybe even the services that you provide with a little bit more confidence and ease so you don't end up feeling all awkward. All right, but before I share those tips with you, as always, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you like my channel, if you watched some of my videos before, but you haven't yet subscribed, then what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and the bell right next to it so you get a notification as soon as I post a new video. All right, let's get to it. All right, so here's the truth. When you are starting a side hustle, or when you're working for yourself, or when you're running a business, you need to show a bit of yourself. You really have to put yourself out there, share who you are and what it is that you do with the world. And if you are thinking, well, I can hide behind the brand or the business that I'm building, then you're doing yourself a gross disservice. You're really holding yourself back, especially if you are providing a service. Now, why is this? It's because we human beings, we're hardwired to connect with other human beings. We like to know who's behind the business. We like to know who is providing a service, and we like to know why they are doing that. We like to know why they started their business, especially if it's a smaller business. We like to hear stories. Think about it. If I were to ask you now to name a few smaller companies, so not big multinationals, but smaller companies, startups, or people, influencers who provide a service, can you come up with a few who you like and that you think are memorable? Got some? Well, now ask yourself, why do you like those? There's a good chance that you like them because they tell a story, because they share themselves and they share the work that they do with the world. They captivate you with that. They hook you in. They're not bland and vanilla-like. There's nothing wrong with vanilla, but they stand for something. The ones that stand out are the ones who use their voice and who share a story. Those are the ones that are memorable. And if you think, well, Iris, that's all well and good, but I don't have that kind of confidence to put myself out there like that, well, stay tuned because I'm going to share 3 tips with you to help you overcome this. And I'm going to kick in with the first tip straight away, and that is get honest with yourself. So I'd like you to ask yourself 2 questions. And the first question is, what specifically am I afraid of? The first step really is all about becoming aware of what's stopping you. And it could be anything. Maybe it's sharing a side of you that not many people know about. Or maybe it's getting publicly criticized or challenged. Or maybe it's that you are camera shy and as soon as you press that record button, you just hit a block and don't know what to say. Maybe it's that you fear that you come across as cocky or arrogant or like a know-it-all. Or maybe it's just that you just much rather focus on providing the service that you do instead of having to do all these things to put yourself out there. And that's totally understandable. But this first step is all about becoming aware. What specifically are you afraid of? Now, for me, that was sharing my voice, sharing my thoughts with the world. And I was especially afraid of being criticized by friends. And I'm not talking about close friends, I'm talking about friends, people who know me but don't know me that well. All right, then the second thing I want you to ask yourself is what is it costing me to not do this? What is it costing me to not put myself out there? I'm going to be brutally honest with you. It's probably costing you a lot by not putting yourself out there and not sharing yourself and your work with the world and promoting it. You are kind of self-sabotaging. You're playing it small. You're staying stuck right where you are. You're not growing your business. you're stalling and stuck in stagnation. Now, I'm not saying this in a judgmental way because I've been guilty of doing this for a long time. But the thing that really changed it for me was that realization that I was really holding myself back by not showing up, by not sharing what I was doing, by not sharing my work or how I can help others with the world. I was self-sabotaging and I was never going to be able to grow my business. And that realization really was the kick up the bum that I needed to go get out there and put myself out there. So I'm going to say this one more time. If you work for yourself, you have to put yourself out there. You have to share how you can help others, what you do, what amazing things you do with the world. And at the start, no one might watch, no one might listen, or no one might engage. And still, you have to do it. And that's obviously not fun, but it's part of the game. And one thing I want you to know and really remember is that the fact that no one might watch or no one might engage or no one might respond doesn't say anything about your worth. It doesn't say anything about the work that you do and how good you are at what you do. It's just part of the start, the hard start. It's just what the beginning and sometimes social media algorithms can look like. Still not sure? Well, how about this? When I started, I hosted an organized face-to-face events where no one bought any tickets or showed up. I have organized so many online events when no one showed up. I shared posts on a social media account with 12,000 followers only to get a handful of likes or response. And that's not cool. But this, as I said, this is part of the beginning. It's hard, but it's inevitable. And you are so worthy and you are so smart and admirable for following your heart and going through this anyhow. And I really want you to remember that. All right, moving on to the second tip, and that is to start small and be creative. So this is all about making it a little bit less scary. So you can kind of go like, yeah, okay, I can do that. That's doable because I know I need to put myself out there. I can do this. So let me start by giving you a personal example. So as I said, I was really terrified of being criticized by people I know, not really my close friends, but people that know me but don't know me that well. So instead of doing a Facebook Live, very public Facebook Live, which just scared the shit out of me, sorry for my language, I set up a private Facebook group and announced I was going to do a Facebook Live within that Facebook group, and people had to get access, had to request access to the Facebook group to watch the Facebook Live. So that way I would only attract people into that group who would really want to watch that Facebook Live and eliminate all the naysayers or the people that I was afraid that would criticize me. So let me give you a few more examples. So let's say you are a yoga teacher who wants to teach online classes, or you're a coach like me and you want to do webinars and you'd like to do this to at least, let's say, 15 people. But that kind of terrifies you because you don't know if 15 people will show up. Instead of starting big like that, make it really small and start with a small Zoom class for just 2 or 3 people and communicate that this is a small and intimate setting. So you lower the bar a lot more and you can practice in that way. Or maybe you want to start your own YouTube channel like me, but it still kind of terrifies you. Then instead of starting to record a video and just uploading it, maybe start with a very short Instagram live that will only stay up for 24 hours, or even a short TikTok video that's only 30 seconds long or a minute long. Or maybe you want to start sharing more on Instagram. You want to write captions that really comfort the heart, but you are worried what people will think. Instead of writing a full long caption that comes from the heart, maybe then start with just one sentence that comes from the heart and see how that goes. And then the key of this all is to start small and build it 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 out until you are doing the thing that you are dreaming of now, that you really like to be doing, but that is terrifying you. All right, moving on to tip number 3, and that is get an accountability partner. And the concept behind this is really super simple. Find someone who's also keen to put themselves out there, but it kind of scares them a little bit as well. So what you do is you commit to one another to do that, and then you motivate and encourage one another. You help and support one another, and you learn and grow together. So they might attend your Facebook Live, and they're the ones who they're the one who is asking questions and who is engaging. And if they want to write blog posts, then you're the one who is sharing it and who is making comments and liking it. So you're taking away that fear of, what if no one engages? What if no one cares about what I'm doing? You have each other's back here. And you could even start a small accountability group where you do this in a group setting. So not just one-on-one, but you get together maybe 3, 4, 5 people, and you become each other's biggest cheerleaders. All right, those were my tips to help you overcome the fear of showing up and putting yourself out there. Let me know in the comments which one of those tips you enjoyed and you liked the most. I'd love to hear it. And if you're watching it up until here, then as always, you must be liking it. So please hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to know what else I've got up, what else I'm up to, then hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it, or sign up to my email list over on irissmith.com. I'll add the link to my email list in the description below this video. All right, in next week's video, I'll be talking about the golden rule of goal setting. And this really was a big game changer for me. So if you're curious about that, then make sure you watch next week. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next Wednesday. Bye.